Hi class, this is your teacher Kimberly Young coming to you tonight to just talk to with you for a few minutes about comparing Horace B. Mann and our previous president Lyndon B. Johnson regarding their beliefs about the societal impact of education. So these men both had similarities and differences in their life. Horace B. Mann and President Lyndon B. Johnson were both men who got to high positions within the government and made a big influence within the government and on the education system that still affects us to this day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk a little bit about them. So Horace B. Mann, a lot of people don't know who he is. He was born in the late 1700s, and here's his picture right here. And he died in the 1850s. And a little bit about him was he's actually from the state of Massachusetts. He actually was born into a family of meager beginnings, but yet he was very ambitious and driven and worked really hard in his life and was able to get an education and end up becoming actually eventually becoming the secretary to the board of education in 1837. He also became a state legislator, U.S. congressman, and editor of the Common School movement. So a lot of people say he was the father of the Common School movement, but there is a lot of doubt in that. He did have a big influence on that, so that's pretty awesome. And also, Lyndon B. Johnson, he did have some in common with Horace Mann. Lyndon B. Johnson was our 36th president of the United States after President JFK was assassinated. He actually was born to a pretty simple beginning as well. His family did not have wealth that maybe some other presidents had, but he actually he was a really ambitious guy, and he was able to work himself up from meager beginnings, able to go to a teacher's college, became a teacher, kept on, was very ambitious, and ended up eventually becoming the president of the United States. So we can see how both these guys had things in common. They both came from meager beginnings, Horace Mann and our previous president, Lyndon B. Johnson, and they were both ended up through the education that they received, able to be able to get into positions within the government and have a lasting legacy that had really good influence on us as teachers, educators, the education system as well. So both of them actually felt that education had the potential to end poverty, injustice, and crime. And I think both of them personally had a strong belief in that because they both came from simple beginning, a meager beginning, and through the education system, eventually being able to go to college, was able to gain the status they did. So they felt like if it worked for them, it worked for others. It can continue to work for others. And so with their own beliefs, they were able to attain a lot in life. So we want to take into consideration about that based on what we know about them as well, and be grateful for what we have, and be thankful to these two men who made such a big impact on our country. Well, thank you for listening, and I hope that you have a great night.